Hey everyone, Simon Says Money here. Welcome back to another video. MARA, RIOT, and Bitcoin are set to surge in the next couple weeks. Let me explain why. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm not a financial advisor or CPA. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now, without further ado, let's get on to this video. Tax the rich. President Biden is set to announce tax increases on the wealthy as soon as next week to pay for an increase in funds for childcare and education. The proposal, called the American Families Plan, would reverse some of former President Trump's tax cuts from 2017, while the capital gains tax for Americans making over $1 million per year could nearly double to 39.6%, coupled with an added 3.8% tax linked to the Affordable Care Act. That's a potential 43.4% levy. The new package would also include an increase in the top income tax rate, building on a recent infrastructure proposal to raise the corporate tax to 28%. Biden's proposal on tax gains would only affect the federal rate. Could the changes shake up markets? Not really. While the top 1% have always controlled 70 to 80% of the stock market value in the U.S., the top 10% of households by net worth own 87.2% of American equities in 2020, the highest level of ownership ever. Bitcoin decline deepens. Biden's capital gains proposal also weighed in on the price of Bitcoin, which fell on Friday for the 7th time in 8 sessions. The slide pushed the cryptocurrency down as much as 10% to about $49,500. And it fell to the $48,000 level overnight. U.S. investors already face a capital gains tax if they sell the cryptocurrency after holding it for more than 1 year. And the fast action in altcoins, names like Dogecoin, Litecoin, Zcash, and plenty of others, is drawing comparison to the late 2017 blow-off top in all cryptocurrencies. Because of stronger performances of other cryptocurrencies such as ETH, EOS, or even Dogecoin, it was the first time since 2018 that Bitcoin accounted for less than 50% of the total crypto market cap. Bitcoin futures volume have soared in recent months, becoming a crucial part of the market that can intensify price swings in the underlying cryptocurrency itself. The quick drop earlier this week reportedly followed a large liquidation in futures contracts, highlighting some of the biggest growing pains for the crypto market. One of Morgan Stanley's newly offered Bitcoin funds has raised $29.4 million from 322 investors in just 14 days after opening. That already makes the fund among the most popular private investment vehicles for Bitcoin. But only clients with at least $2 million net worth may invest in this fund, and bet sizes are limited to 2.5% of the net worth. The average investment in the fund was about $91,000. Although Secretary Yellen and Fed Chairman Powell expressed their dislikes about Bitcoin and its related cryptocurrencies, a lot of investors, including some big intuitions, have high conviction in Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies. Today, I would like to analyze again Bitcoin and its shovel companies MARA and RIOT, because I realize that based on my in-depth analysis, they will go up during the next couple months or even the next year. I would like to share my analysis with you and let's make money together. As shown here by the large blue arrows, Bitcoin futures expires in these dates from December 15th to January 7th, January 27th to February 20th, February 27th to March 13th, March 24th to April 13th, and now from April 24th, Bitcoin will start surging. To what price? I don't know. I would say about $70,000 to $75,000 until around the May 15 area. Here we can see that Bitcoin chart did not cross the 50-day moving average, which is a strong support. However, it did cross the 20-day moving average on March 21st, but it jumped above the 21-day moving average on March 28th, which cleared the way for Bitcoin to go up. This has been confirmed by both the RSI and the MACD. And if we look at the past chart here on January 18th to January 31st, and here February 24th to March 6th, the chart crossed the 20-day moving average twice. And after crossing up the 20-day moving average line, the Bitcoin price went up significantly. And here in late March, the history just repeated itself again. And I believe that Bitcoin will go up significantly in the next 2 weeks. Here shows the Bollinger Band and the 20-day moving average line. Usually, the stock share price is within the Bollinger Band, and when it crosses up the 20-day moving average line, it's a buy signal. And when it crosses down the 20-day moving average line, it's a sell signal. But if you want to take risk, you could buy when it reaches the lower line of the Bollinger Band, hoping that it has reached the lowest point. And I believe that it is about the lowest point now as per my analysis and my gut feeling. The history just repeated itself again and again because behind these indicators, it is the psychology of investors. And I believe that Bitcoin will go up significantly within the next 2 weeks. Here shows Bitcoin monthly returns. March is usually a so-so month, but April is kind of a strong month, as well as May. Historically, Bitcoin prices get about 30% of increase in April and May, respectively. If the history repeats itself, Bitcoin will reach $80,000 in April or May. As I presented in my previous video, number 51 of March 22nd, this one, let me use the slide I was using for that video. Bitcoin now is in its third halving. You can buy call options for Bitcoins or buy MARA, RIOT, or even MicroStrategy because Bitcoin is now in the uptrend. Here shows two curves. The blue one is the Bitcoin price and the yellow is the total supply held by long-term holders. When some long-term holders realize profit, is this a bearish signal? In short, no. In fact, long-term holders have historically realized profits before and during bull runs. As a result of this trend, the total supply held by long-term holders usually decreases well before market tops, and accordingly, so does the total long-term holders' supply and profit. Overall, there are more and more long-term Bitcoin holders, as I presented in my previous video, and as shown by the graph. And this leads to shortage of Bitcoin, which in turn gives Bitcoin price higher and higher. The large decreases in total LTH supply seen above make intuitive sense. As these long-term holders realize profits, they leave room for retail investors to enter the market, which has historically driven Bitcoin's largest bull markets. Long-term holders appear to habitually accumulate BTC in bear markets, and then realize their profits on the way up, and most importantly before the top. If BTC's price follows this historical trend, it indicates that we are in for further price increases before the top is reached. This graph even more clearly shows the correlation between the Bitcoin price and long-term holder net position change. When the net position is negative, Bitcoin price goes up very quickly. This graph is dated November 2020. We are definitely in the bull market now. This graph is very interesting. It shows Bitcoin price history during each epoch. Here it shows from Genesis to first halving, and here from the first halving to the second halving, and then the second halving to the third halving. We can see that their patterns are very similar to each other. It goes up extremely quickly after the halving, then it dropped also extremely quickly, more than 75% down. Based on the history, I would guess here Bitcoin price will go up in the zigzag pattern very quickly during the next 12 months to about $250,000 as predicted by many investors. Then drop maybe by around 75% again to about $80,000 or $100,000. Let me use one of the slides I was using in my previous video, video number 41. In a gold rush, it's a great time to be selling shovels. And I believe that Bitcoin shovel companies MARA and RIOT are still very good to hold as stocks. JP Morgan cryptocurrency exposure basket, the incoming debt instrument, is long on MicroStrategy, Square, RIOT blockchain, and chipmaker NVIDIA, with positions in 11 companies total. We can see that the more and more financial institutions accept Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency, Tesla is not included in this JP Morgan basket, although Tesla possesses $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. And Marathon Digital's chart is very similar to Bitcoin's. I would predict that it will reach $70 very soon. If we look at MARA's chart here, its MACDs blue line has started to turn up in an uptrend and will be soon crossing the orange line. We can call it the golden cross. It indicates that the trend is on the up track. In summary, I think Bitcoin, MARA, and RIOT are in a very strong uptrend. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are. I would love to know. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.